interesting. As you were saying, you became a mom at a very young age. In terms of your two Wasim's two sons.
I wasn't quite young though, considering the age that people have babies.
But it was different. They were not newborn.
No,
they were older. So how was it? Was it scary, overwhelming? Because in one way, I think about, if you're okay to talk about this, you know.
No, absolutely. They're part of my life.
And I also feel that people who are stepping into a marriage, into a marriage where the person already has kids, this might be something that can help them, you know, have a point of view from you or your experience, you know. So I was just wondering, because if the kids are small, there are different types of challenges. But if the kids are older, it becomes slightly easier, but it's also very complicated because they are going through so much.
And it is.
And you've not had experience at motherhood. So how did you handle what was going on? If you would like to share something.
No, and everyone has their own journey and their own story, and you know, it's difficult. The dynamics of a family, especially if they're little girls with a father or little boys with a mother. It's you know, depending. I mean, with me, I honestly can tell you the way that the situation was in Karachi, I look back then, was very hard. Like, we were all going through a bit of a tough period back in 2011, 12. There were a lot of protests, a lot of shutdowns, things like that. Honestly, if it wasn't for my boys, I don't know if I would have made it.
Wow,
because I put my blinkers on. They were the most important thing.
Okay.
So it was like,
you just focused on them.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the things going around. But I was just, I have to get my kids, I have to get them home from school, and I have to work out, I have to have a core mothers group to make sure that I can know whether we're going to send them tomorrow, what do we do on homework, how do we, you know, I had to get in the emails, I was down at the school, I was meeting all of the teachers, but we had to get them through, and they were just the most beautiful little boy. I'm so blessed. Like, I am very blessed. They were just two beautiful boys, and I fell in love with them about the same time as I fell in love with my husband. They were. We were the team. It was the.
We're going to come to that story in a little bit. That story of meeting your husband. We're going to come on that.
Okay.
But with the kids, with the sons, it's Akbar and Temur. Was it scary at the beginning when you found out, or was it overwhelming, or you were excited?
No, it was good.
Really?
Without them, I can't imagine what life would be without them. We had so much fun. It was about making them happy. And
but how did you do it? Because weren't there any slight apprehensions also in your mind?
I can't, like I said, no, there wasn't. No. And I can't, like I said, I can't talk for everybody. But your heart's got to be in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's meant, if it's meant to be your life, then you have to just go with whatever life gives you. And I was lucky because when I met the boys, we became instantly friends, and that was so good because their dad has a good heart, they have a good heart, and we just all just got on. But there was that time when I realized I can't be a friend to these boys, and that I have to step into a mother role. Because I loved them so much, I couldn't see things happen to them that was happening around them that I was not approving of. You can't have maybe chocolate cake for breakfast, or you can't not have breakfast before you go to school, and you have to eat your vegetables, and you have to exercise, you have to get out in the sun, and you know, there were things that probably needed to be happening. So that's when I stood in, and that was a choice. I remember taking a step that day and said, it's too painful for me to watch without, I have to take this role. And I told them, I said, I love you so much, and I want to be your mummy, and you know, I'm going to love you and you're going to hate me because I'm going to yell at you sometimes and I'm going to ground you, but you know I will always be there for you. And they know that. They know that now, and they always tell me, you know, and I've proven that. I said, you're going to love me so much later. You're going to say thank me because, you know, all this hard work we're going to go through. But it's what we did, and we became stronger, and we had such a bond. And I was there for, you know, toothaches and, you know, broken knees and like getting
first crushes.
Well, they didn't tell me too much about that, boys. But no, we told each other everything, especially the oldest one and I, and we still have a very, very good friendship. The younger one, where I think I've coddled him more as a baby. Yeah. And he's kind of like, let go.
I can imagine.
I still try, and my wife is there like, eat your vegetables. He's like, I'm 21.
Oh God.
But yeah,
Okay.
I think it's all mothers know. It's very hard to let go of the little one.
But then what do they call you?
I wanted to be called Shaniera.
Oh, okay.
They've got the option, and Isla always asks them, why don't you call her mummy? And Tamara actually said the other day, okay, do you want me to call her mummy? She goes, yes.
Yes.
So Tamara started calling me mum.
Thanks
which is
to
quite
Isla.
funny, yeah. But Isla's definitely fitted in very well in the dynamic.
I'm sure she must be so pampered and spoiled and loved by the brothers and all of you guys, you know.
Well, we still talk a lot about their mum. We have pictures all around our house of her. We talk about her on her birthday. We talk about her on her Basi, and we make sure that she's very much alive. And so I didn't want to take that away from them. They know I'm mum. They tell everyone else I'm mum, but they also have their mum.
So what would you advise to women or girls who are getting into a marriage where the guy already has kids? Do you have any suggestions, any tips for them, or any things that they must consider or be careful about?
Yeah, I think embrace it. You don't know how lucky you are. Put yourself in those children's shoes and try to think what it would be like to have a mother and a father that are divorcing, or a father that's passed away, or a mother that's passed away. It must be so hard, and you find it in your heart to go over, above and beyond and give these kids everything you need. It will be hard work at times, but do it because it is so rewarding. You get extra kids and no stretch marks.
I know. So good.
It's great.
No pain.
Yeah, you just get to have the good times.
Yes.
Yeah.
No pamper changing for that long.
No.
You know?
And I must admit, come on, Disney, they didn't exactly make it very cool for us.
No.
All the stepmoms were horrible.
Yes.
So we're going to change that. You know, be a
Yes.
trailblazer, change, be, cool stepmom.
Yes. Did you ever feel conscious of that, this specific term, stepmom?
No, I'd never like to say. I never used the word
No,
stepmother.
but people around you, of course, not
They
you.
did, and I find them...
but did that make you feel a little
You know what
conscious?
I didn't like? I didn't like that it was a topic.
Yeah.
I didn't like it when I came to Pakistan. When I was in Australia, everyone's like, oh, wow, you've got kids. And my parents instantly became grandparents, and they were so excited.
Yeah.
But I didn't like when I was here that people found it an issue. And that there were people out there that would treat two little humans differently because they weren't their own. I think you've really got to check yourself if that's the case. You really have to do some inner searching if you are making a little kid feel inadequate just because, of you.
They're not really belonging to you, or they're not your own,
Yeah, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's you need to change,